It's no secret that Spanish is the second most spoken language in the United States. But would you be surprised to know that it has already become the second country in the world, only behind Mexico, with the most Spanish speakers? If we add together native speakers and those who speak it as a second language. However, the distribution of the Hispanic population is not uniform, as there is a high contrast between different states. Next, we present to you the top 5 states where Spanish is spoken the most and the least, so sit back and enjoy. We will start our list with the 5 states where Spanish is spoken the least. In 5th place is the state of Mississippi, where around 2.7% of the population speaks Spanish. This translates to a total of about 80,000 people out of an estimated state population of nearly 3 million. Mississippi is a state with a rich musical history and a crucial contribution to the civil rights movement, but it is not widely recognized for its Spanish-speaking population. On the other hand, despite its low percentage of Spanish speakers, Mississippi has experienced growth in its Latino population. In certain areas, such as in DeSoto County, this has led to greater cultural and linguistic visibility of Spanish in certain communities that are still considered minorities. In 4th place, we find the state of West Virginia. Here, only 1.3% of the population reports speaking Spanish, which represents around 24,000 people in a state of 1.8 million inhabitants. West Virginia is best known for its mountains and its history in the coal industry, but the presence of Spanish is relatively new and is still developing. However, this state has seen a moderately significant growth in the Hispanic population in recent years, especially in cities like Morgantown and Charleston. To reach number 3, we have to head east to the state of Maine, where only 1.6% of the population speaks Spanish. This is equivalent to around 21,000 people out of a total population of 1.3 million. This small Hispanic population is mainly represented by a growing community of migrant workers. This has led to a gradual interest in learning the language in some local communities, but it is still far from being considered a common language. Maine is famous for its coastlines, its seafood, and its peaceful rural life, where Spanish hopes to establish itself better in the not-too-distant future. In 2nd place, we find the state of Montana. This state has a total population of approximately 1 million inhabitants, and only about 1.5% speak Spanish, which translates to just 15,000 Spanish speakers. It is a popular destination for outdoor tourism, including fishing, hiking, and skiing. Yellowstone National Park and Glacier National Park are 2 of its most famous attractions. It also hosts several cultural festivals that celebrate diversity, including the recent but growing interest in Hispanic culture, although on a much smaller scale compared to other states. Being crowned. In the first position among states where Spanish is spoken the least is the state of Vermont, where our language is spoken by approximately 1.5% of the population. The total population of the state is estimated at a little over 600,000 inhabitants. This means that only about 9,000 residents speak Cervantes language. That's why in Vermont, a state known for its idyllic landscapes and maple syrup production, the connection with the Spanish language is quite limited. However, it's worth mentioning that there is a growing interest in Spanish immersion programs in schools, reflecting a significant openness to linguistic diversity. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to remind you when there's a new video. Now let's go through the top 5 states where Spanish is spoken the most. In 5th place, we find the state of Nevada, where more than 28% of the population speaks Spanish, which represents a little over 900,000 residents. Although Las Vegas is mainly famous for its casinos and shows, the Hispanic influence is noticeable in its vibrant and growing communities. The cultural celebrations and the presence of Latino businesses in cities like Reno and Las Vegas are proof of the growing Hispanic influence in this state. Here, Spanish is a key tool for business and tourism, connecting communities in a state known for its diversity and dynamism. Climbing to 4th place in this ranking is the state of New Mexico, and it's no wonder. Spanish is more than just a language. It's an integral part of the state's identity. So much so that the Spanish spoken in New Mexico is considered a unique variant of the Spanish language. Approximately 47% of the population speaks this language, that is, about 995,000 inhabitants, reflecting its history as part of Spanish territory and later as Mexican territory. Here, Spanish has mixed in one way or another with indigenous languages, creating a unique linguistic tapestry. Cities like Santa Fe and Albuquerque are not only known for their Spanish colonial architecture, but also for keeping Hispanic traditions alive through music, art, and local festivities. We continue to the 3rd position with the state of Florida, the Sunshine State, where more than 20% of the population speaks Spanish, making up over 4,300,000 residents. The Cuban influence in Miami is particularly evident in the vibrant Little Havana, which stands as a symbol of the rich Cuban heritage. In addition, the influence of other Latino groups, such as Puerto Ricans and Colombians, has turned Florida into a melting pot of Hispanic cultures. Spanish here is not only spoken in homes and businesses, but it also resonates in the music, art, and nightlife of cities like Miami and Orlando. In the number 2 spot is our next destination, the state of Texas, where approximately 10 million people, or about 36% of the state's population, speak Spanish. The Hispanic influence in Texas is quite deep and goes back to before Texas became part of the United States and was part of Mexico, just like what happened in our previous case with New Mexico. Cities like San Antonio and El Paso are centers of Hispanic culture, with annual festivals that celebrate traditions and history. Tex-Mex cuisine, a fusion of Mexican and Texan flavors, is an example of the cultural blending that defines this state. Finally, climbing to the number 1 spot, the state of California takes the lead, which is a state where more than 15 million people speak Spanish, representing more than 38% of its total population. Here, Spanish is considered a living expression of a rich cultural heritage forged over centuries. What is now known as the state of California was part of Mexico until 1848, and this history is reflected in the vibrant Hispanic culture that can be seen from Los Angeles to San Francisco. In cities like San Jose and San Diego, it's not unusual at all to hear Spanish on the streets, in stores, and in schools, reflecting the diversity of its communities. And that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel. I also invite you to turn on the notification bell so you'll know when there's a new video. See you soon.